Okay, I'm trying to figure out my dimension for my pipe here. So we got these two holes here, and then the muffler has to fit. That's the fun part. There's some more metal I got to play with. So what I did was I took my original bracket, put it on the bike and mocked it up. You can see the holes are way up in there, and that one's off. These two holes are right here. So I marked this one here, put 2 marks on that, equalized them because these are different offsets. This one here is actually a higher cut than this hole, so it needs to be lowered a little bit to make it flat. And these two holes here lined up here, there appears to be these holes are a little bit lower than these other ones, so I got about 1/8 of an inch or 3/16 offset difference here. These are mounted lower, and depending on how much fudge factor you give everything, you can play it up and down a little bit. So that's how you make the bracket. So now it's just a matter of going and figuring out where it is. I use a washer like this to center it. I put it where I want it to be right here, about 1/8 inch off the bottom. I put my center in. This one here is the opposite direction, about 1/8 inch off the top. So you can see the difference in here. It's a good 1/8 of an inch difference. So that should give me what I want in my offsets here that I'm looking for, hopefully. So now I'm going to go ahead and punch these holes. These are all 3/8 holes. Now you can make these either tapped 3/8. So this bolt would tap into it and have a nut on the back side, or you can just make a through hole with a nut on the back side, however you want to do it. So these ones are through holes here. These ones could be either way. Obviously the easiest thing is to run a bolt through it with a nut. It's a lot simpler, easier to do. So that's probably how we'll do it. Easy is always better, right? Of course, tapping the holes always makes them nice anyway. Let's see, where is my tripod? Alright, so if we're going to do a tap drill, we're going to need probably about a 5/16 bit to be my guess. 3/8 16. Oh, there you go, 5/16. Unless we go with fine thread and it's Q drill. I do like fine thread a lot better than coarse thread. But on the exhaust, it's probably all coarse thread. That's how they do it usually, because they're coarse. The camera fine enough you can see with it. And it probably works better if you're on the other side of the building over there. Fucking tripod. Narrow aisles. You gotta close it up to get through here. Alright, right over here. See if this works for you. Don't know. There's no room around here for anything. That's going all over the place. Alright, so this is where we're going to be working. See if there's enough video there for you. Okay, so Q drill, huh? You use lots of vacant air time. Very important on videos. Leave lots of dead time in your videos. Makes people happy. Okay, there's a 3/8 tap. Coarse thread. So that'd be a 5/16. And I just did just grab the coarse tap. Or tap set. Drill set. Fractional drills. Okay. Things in my way around here. What's up with this small ass shop? Okay, first thing I do is drill some holes. Put that up there. Get ourselves a center drill so it centers the hole. Tighten up so much. Make sure you put this in the center of your hole so you can drill through. There's no holes here. What happened? Ah, there we go. Holes. Now we're just going to go through this like we know what we're doing. Not double check anything else. This bar is bent slightly. In case you didn't notice, it's kind of not straight. Don't worry about that later. your elbow, it helps cover. There's a tank motor like this. Close enough. Okay. This might be hot. Okay, you need 3/8 for those. You could make them one size over to give you a little fudge factor in the mounting system. So it'll be a 64th over 3/8. That should be 26 64, 25 64 probably. 25. So that's just over, so that gives you a lot of slop in the bracket when you don't use the 3/8 hole in the bracket. A lot of fudge factor up and down. In case you screw up. Usually I don't, I just put it 3/8. I don't screw up that much. Not by that much anyway. Okay, so I'll drill through, go straight through. Might want to slow the speed down a little bit. Oh, that's why. I'm making up a new speed there. How about this one? Much better. Run up all the time, it should stay small, don't make a big mess. Go nice and slow like this, you got heavier chip load and don't need to boil as much. Higher speed makes more heat. It does drill faster until you burn up the bit. So let's go through, slow down a little bit. Pour the chips in the bucket below. Center drill, close this clip, is already drilled out a little bit. Hot chips on some burn. Use always go one speed faster. You gotta use burn it through, but I don't know what higher speed. You feel it start to go through, it's gonna slow down. There. Okay, there's 2 holes. If you want a through bolt, put all the holes in. If you don't want a through bolt, I'm going to drop down to the 5/16 bit. Assuming we have one in here. Let's see here, it looks like a 5/16 right there. One here. That's Tatro for a 3/8 course. Q drill is one size above that. Now we're going through real metal, we're using our elbow. Hot down there, it's real. That's all I'm holding. The whole lot here is folded. The further you are out, the more it wants to twist to look out of your hand. That's dangerous. This doesn't make a big chest of dull drill. I have to stop and go back and forth like that. So I'm just going to go through now. Okay, there's 4 holes. Well, that looks dull. New high-speed hole drilling. Okay, now we need a chamfer in here. A chamfer. 5/8 ball burr. Burrs like low speed. Low speed. Chamfered. Not chamfered. Actually, chamfers are about radius ball. Chamfer is actually a straight angle. This is not. It does the same thing. Deburrs on that. Nice big deburr. Probably more than I needed. I'll use deep deburrs today. The deeper is, the less thread you have. Oh well. Deburred up 3/8 holes. Easy for the bolt to go through. So there's your deburred holes. Both sides. You're good, huh? And got this one over here too. See? Ah! Don't run the chip in your finger, it hurts. Don't clean chips on table with your bare hand either. I would never do that. Coarse thread taper tap. See how long they are? It's about 7 threads. That's a taper tap. Good for powering through steel. Plug tap only has about 5 threads, and the bottom tap only has about 1.5. A couple threads at most. Okay, so this goes through like that. You gotta make sure you got room up here to go deeper. Not quite enough room, so put the table up a little bit. Make sure you clear a hole so you don't break tap off. Yeah, it doesn't work too good, so we'll go over here. Do this one first. Lubricate up your tap. Gotta do some power tap in here. Snap up your hole pretty good. Do this with low speed. Which one's the longest hand? You could clamp at your table if you wanted to, but we don't want to do that. Okay, see the tap quit moving. goes. Nothing unsafe down here. Alright, that one's tapped. That worked pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to do the hard one. This is a hard one because I left not as stable because it's way on the end out here. I got a lot of levers go up and down. That causes problems. You notice how there's no safety switch nearby. That's why I have to have one hand doing two things. Otherwise, with this hand, and elbow. What could possibly go wrong? Wrap your arm up in here pretty good. See, that way you get wrapped up in the middle of all this. Time it stops, go backwards. There it goes. There you go. There's nothing unsafe there at all. Nothing. Alright, now I got a bracket. Let's go see if it fits. It might not. Alright, let's see if I can reach the camera. Oh, look at that, I can reach the camera.